Been a while. How's Trixie, okay? You can get some music on, but none of it. If the strike internals can fit into a C2 immediately behind, they won't fit. I mean, the front might, but you'll need a different skeleton for a start. Have you ever tried making a custom sub 25 gram mouse? I mean, I've done loads of them. Done some 15 grammers, but they get a bit light, I think. How light do you want to go? Do you prefer a 50 gram mouse or a lighter one? 40 grams I quite like. But it can come down to what you're doing. Like Call of Duty, I prefer quite a light mouse because it's quite fast. But the sniping can be an issue when it's too light. So it can depend. Just depends, doesn't it? Said hi, how you doing, man? I'm currently rocking a 24 grammer. There you go. Is it fingertip? Trying to get my music on, but it's having none of it at the minute. No tunes. As you get to 15, it was a M1K, so it's pretty light anyway. I think it's 24 stock, so carbon fiber. But it wasn't wireless. But you can get some of the duals down pretty light, but they just get too light. They become way too light for you. Well, especially for sniping. Because you become too twitchy. In my opinion. IMO. 2 seconds, trying to work out why my music's not coming through. Yeah. Don't know. I guess we'll just have no music today. Just give it another few minutes and then we'll get rocking and rolling. If you want a smaller SuperStrike, they'll bring out a 2C and they'll bring out a DeX 100% with these switches. I don't see them not bringing that out. That horrific fingertip. There's been a few of them. I can't remember how heavy this was. Here's one. G-Wolf said make it lighter, so I showed him how to make it slightly lighter and where to try and look to take weight out of it. But that's pretty light. I can't remember how light it is. Yeah, it's 21 grams. Huh. There's a lot of sacrifice will be made. I just want to, it'll take 2 years. We've got the shape. We've got the shape for the S2. I think you'll be right. For the 2C, I think they'll bring one out pretty soon. Don't see him now. Cheers for the follow. Array Ron Plays, is it? There you go, man. T1 sub. Cheers, man. Just realised. Appreciate the sub, in fact. Not even the follow. Cheers, buddy. Let's go. What's up, Bob? What's up, Lifted Gaming? Appreciate the support. Aaron Plays, is it? Just give it another minute or so. Peak and Valorant rank is Gold 2. Living the dream. It was a while ago. I'm not about to get back there yet. Not playing enough, that's why you see me play a bit more recently. because you have to play a lot of Valorant. So, because I'll get there now and it'll derank me again. Because it'll reset. You got any pets? I got 5 cats. You can see one in the bottom left. She's sleeping at the moment. She is asleep, man. Should be over soon. Don't worry. I haven't seen how much this even weighs stock. Is it 64 grams, people said? I don't know, 61, 62. Not too bad. What's the stream about? We're going to take apart and see how they built the Logitech SuperStrike. And then we'll try and tweak it so we can take some weight out of it and also try and adjust this weight so it doesn't like sit back. You're going to destroy this one? We're going to mod it. I'm going to call it destroying it. We'll see what we can do. I still want to use it, so I'm not going to rip it to pieces and make it... We're not turning it into a fingertip for that one. We'll see. Educational. It's still over the front, to be fair. You can see the difference. Like, here's the Lamzu's like here. And Logitech's is like here. So this feels different. It's definitely a problem. A lot of people complain about the weight at the front, yeah. Well, you got magnets in the front, so that's kind of center. We're going to try and tweak the weight. You can tweak it. You could literally just open it and add weight to the back and it'd even out, but you make it heavy. We're not going to go over the shape because this is a Logitech Superlight too, so we're going to have about 18 of them. But yeah, I mean, the weight is a problem. That's the first thing I noticed is how it's slightly here. But we'll find out why. And whether we can tweak that. Either way is either taking some out of the front, which I'm pretty sure Logitech would have done because they've followed most of my videos, so I don't see why they wouldn't. So you might end up putting a little bit in the back, which is we've done that before for people, just to alter the weight. Alright, let's rock and roll then. So let's take off the skates. I'm presuming it's got exactly the same skate layout as well and configuration, but you never know, maybe they've tweaked some at Logitech. Just using you on those 1 second. It's got some flips. I'm pretty sure any Superlight 2 skate would fit on this. I like the way they've rounded the skates finally. Although these are black PTFE, but fair enough. At least they've rounded this front one now, you know. 9 versions in or whatever we're at. Cheers for the hearts, Max. Finger heart, baby, let's go. Let's go. Nice beard. Cheers, man. Need a bit of a trim. I'm going snowboarding on this weekend for a week, so I need to tidy up. Well, I might leave it to keep it a little bit more, a bit warmer. It's gonna be cold in the Alps. Right, let's go. Let's get some of these off. I'm trying not to damage these, but I actually don't think I've got any spare Superlight 2 skates. Could put dots on it, which I don't particularly like on cloth pads. So they don't split like Logitech used to. If you remember, these are like a two version skate Logitech, and they used to split really badly. At least feel okay. Might have actually run out of fluid. Finally on this. Yeah, GG. That's been a lifetime of fluid has now died. Come Used the one I bought about a year ago. That's just been sitting there because we've never used it. I thought it was going to run out quicker. Seems to have just woken up me. Nah, I've been working all day, mate. I wish. Society won't let me sleep. If you want to stream and work. There's definitely more in that. There we go. So we're going to go through and weight each bit. If you've not been here before, we take it apart, we weigh it all so people can mod them and we show them exactly what's kind of going on. So this can take a little bit, depends what you're into. If you want to see the scales, you need to be on a horizontal view, which is on all platforms, but not on TikTok. I'll call them out there, 0.43. Awesome, Brimstone, let's go. Hey, Extract, good to see you, mate. You okay? Are you Brimstone? I am, but not today. I will be later. We'll test this back on Valorant in a bit. We've tweaked it a bit, put it back together. Panama store is expensive. Yeah, they're pricey. I mean, they make magnesium mice, so they ain't cheap to get the tooling for them. What region of Valorant do you play? NA and EU. Play with both. Play EU when it's afternoon, getting early night here, and then NA when I've had enough and the Smurfs will come out pretty much. Oh, it just turns toxic, which is most of the time, but especially at night on Valorant and EU. 0.83. Take a close look at the skate. I mean, they've gone for black PCFE maybe to make it blend a bit better, but they've definitely rounded it finally, which is good. It's a subtle rounding now. Subtle rounding. Is this a SuperStrike? Yes, it is. So we've got exactly the same mounting points as a Superlight 2 or Superlight, 3 points. No different. It's even the same puck. I mean, we're not expecting them to change too much here. I'm expecting the front end to be changed, 1.25 grams. Cheers, chicken, for the follow. Let's go. The stocks on the Superlight were awful, yep. I've been telling them that for about 4 years. When they released Superlight 1, they need to change the skates. I don't know why they ever went for that style of skate. Mouse repairs, now we're taking it apart to show people how it's built, and so they can take theirs apart and they can mod them, and then we'll mod it as well. You've seen these screws before, exactly the same Logitech screw they've been using for the last 10 years. A whole 0.05, I think. Ow, I should know all these then, because we've been using these a while. What's going on? We're taking apart a Logitech SuperStrike 2, and we're going to be modding it as well. We're just showing people how it's built, stuff like that. It's kind of what I'm known for. Just follow Shady X66, appreciate that. It'll be exactly like Superlight 2. Exactly. No pure PTFE yet. It's a little bit ropey, I don't know. But I hate the skates though, to be fair. They're definitely better than the other ones. Yeah, I've seen worse. What's that exact version? The SE. It's a SuperStrike, this one. What's the circle in the back of my? So what they have is something called a power play. See the magnets? And what Logitech have, they have a power play mouse pad so it can charge while it's on the mouse pad. I found it easier a long time ago. I don't know if they've changed it now. But I found it was 2 layers. It had like a rubber QI charging pad and then a mouse pad on top, and it used to slip. Not a bad idea, but yeah. I mean, if you're used to Superlight 2s, you know what it looks like inside. I mean, this is still my design in here they took out. These are different now. So this is a new addition. They never used to have these switches there, or these JST connections. But beyond that, looks the same. They've taped. They must have been having a few of these connectors come off because they've taped it here. No worries, Jolene. Have a good one, man. What's the man doing? We'll take apart a G Pro Superlight or G Pro X Strike 2 and then we'll tweak it. We're just showing people how it's built. I am Brimstone in real life indeed. This is what you'd know me more for. The reason why you've got lightweight mice is because of my trend. Just photo. Hey Alex, good to see you back. Just for the donut and the heart. Appreciate it. Good to see you back. You okay? What are you going to change about the mouse? We're going to chill out at the front weight if we can a little bit. Whether we put weight in the back or at the front, we'll have to see. I'm going to tweak it. I mean, these ones aren't, there's not much to mod in these. You can do a bit on the base. Logitech did all the work, just cloned what I did, so there's not much you can take out of the rest of the internals. Must have taped this because people must have been having issues with it. Is there a way to make the switches quiet? I mean, these are quiet on this one. This is the Strike 2. Finally, because of Valorant, didn't know you have skills. Oh, we've got a lot of skills, my friend. Not just a pretty face. Hello, sir. Hey, Joe. Is you okay? What's the lightweight mouse? Yeah, you used to using that Tank 502X. I hate tail eyes. It's just annoying me. Yeah. They're taping it so that they don't the connection doesn't come off. Is the mouse worth it? I like the switches. The rest of it I'm not sure about. But I mean it's gonna weigh nothing, right? I'm going for 0.01 if that. Doesn't even register. It's so light the tape, it doesn't even register. So we take it apart, we weigh every little bit of it, we show people how it's built, basically. These are one of the original ways of doing it. Where sensor locations were, what MCUs they were using, stuff like that. That was the idea. HS for the roses. Alex, appreciate man. Same shape as Superlight 2, identical. Yep. Superlight 1, same shape as the G Pro wireless. They haven't changed it. Which actually I don't hate, because it's a shape that people like, so it's a safe shape. Gotta be careful when lifting up these connections. People break them all the time. You can actually take out, I mean, we can lighten up, we can definitely take out this whole rear piece. The problem we're going to have is once we take out this rear power play, and including that back part, we then make it even heavier at the front. And this is one of the problems with this mouse at the minute, is getting that weight distribution right. So guy caught this, can't figure out how to get my mouse on a mouse 2 out of the shell. I'll show you, don't worry. There's other videos, mate, if you want to check on throughout my catalogue of VODs and other stuff, it'll shows you exactly how to take apart Superlight 1, Superlight 2, G Pro wireless, all of them. Any mouse really, all 450 in the world or whatever we got. Tiger Ice 1's day 1 shipping saved your life. Hey, I love Tiger Ice still. I'm expecting they're going to have a 300 milliamp battery in this, but we'll see. These are the ones you've got to be careful of, this connection. I mean, actually, they've gone back. I'm sure they've gone back to the old flap. They didn't used to have that on the other Superlight, but I can't remember. It has been a while. At least a week since I took one apart and fixed it for someone. Be careful of this one, you can break it here. That's why they put a screw here. And they actually changed these screws. Actually, these are different screws. They're normally black. Maybe they're titanium or something. They're a different colour. Yeah, I like smooth glide them, definitely. It's Tiger Ice. Now you've got to be very careful pulling these up. You can pull on the wires, but you've got to be careful. You need to be delicate. They are normally very, very tight. And this one is no exception. Hey, you can see your back Swiss. One of the flaws I've made, I think, personally, is to trim the board out because it's so... You see how close it is to that? I'm trying to show you better. Like, when you're trying to pull it, it flexes this one little bit of the board. So, a little bit of a problem. Hey, cheers for the Prime extract. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Cheers, man. You been playing Val? Take your time with these. Right, let's take the battery out this way first. So, all the screws have changed actually. They've changed all the screws to silver inside, even like around here, the smaller ones. Normally they used to be like this black. All of them. I don't know why they've changed the screw, but I mean, nothing else has changed. It looks the same thread and everything. Maybe they just wanted to save money by not coating them in black. Wouldn't surprise me. I mean, this is what, £180 mouse? What's the next rank system? Where am I from? UK? What's the next rank system? What do you mean, game-wise? I have a G Pro Superlight, and now I've got issues with the scroll wheel going funny. You have to change the encoder, it's called. Or you can send it to me, I can fix it for you. Doesn't need to register. Maybe they are titanium. I don't know how I would check that. So the encoders, have I got one here? Yeah, here you go, got loads. The encoders, this piece is actually one I changed the other day. And basically your scroll wheel sits in here, and then this rotates around, and these break all the time. On all mice. Like I had to fix this one the other day, which is why you see that Lamsey one out. It's got a different encoder in it. I'm really curious to what's going on here. This is a Logitech Superlight. Sorry, Logitech SuperStrike. And we're just taking it apart to show people how to repair it, how it works. We're going to check out especially the new switch configuration, see if we can tweak the weight. And then we'll try and tweak the weight and mod it a little bit, so make it a little bit better. I watched the game back as a Phoenix killed me 12 times with 1-taps. I'm watching him. Maybe just liked you instead, extra. The replay system just tortures me. You're having a few problems. I've had a few cheap rainers recently, but it doesn't seem that right. This has got a bit of stickiness on it. My Ryzen mice is known for scroll wheels that break. They all break. They all use the same encoder, right? So they all break. No mouse has got a good encoder that doesn't break yet. They're looking for it. 0.16. So I won't worry too much. They all break. Can you 3D print a shell for the mouse and use its guts for this mouse? 100%, yeah. People do it all the time. I used to do it a long time ago, before people started doing it. What's doing the battery from a Superlight is disconnected. It's like swinging around. There's basically, as you can see, there's a sticky pad. They do it all the time as well. It's like a bit of foam stickiness, and that's basically come undone. So you need to open it and then put it back. You could use something like this, which is M3 double-sided tape. I use all the time. Some days your head is bigger than usual on Val. I don't know what you mean. What happened to the mouse? Nothing. We're just taking it apart. See how Logitech's built it. See, Logitech are still using my ideas to build their mice. Haven't seen it in a while. Been on for a bit. What Ranko? Somewhere around silver 2, silver 3, I think. These are painful to get out. They're titanium and non-magnetic. There you go. Well, if the titanium, they're non-magnetic. Is that what you're saying? This is my. So that sticks. You can see. Do you reckon these might be titanium? Yeah, titanium. So they changed the internal screws into titanium. Interesting. We did say that. Trying to save weight. They must really want to save weight. Weight. They really want to save weight on the screws. You say it's an easy option. You say it's easy to open and shape it. I should be careful opening. You should be careful opening any mouse. You should be careful. Talented balance, isn't it? Right. So there's the sticky pad. Trying to get better. They've gone back to their older design with that bar across it, trying to protect it from coming off. With this mouse using, if I made a shell, would it cause any problems? I mean, 3D printing is not easy. The tolerances on it are ridiculous, so you'll only find out when you print it. Wall 0.07. Nice. What's your opinion on the Death Adder V3? I prefer the V4 Hyperspeed. I think Razer's made a good mouse again until that V4 Death Adder Hyperspeed. Even the Viper V3 I don't like. It's built really badly. I say you should be careful opening any mouse. What's your base? Be careful opening any mouse. Find a mouse are even harder because these are titanium screw and use certain screwdriver for it. What's the best mouse switch in your opinion? There's different ones. I've always liked a KL4 GM. And I always like a Japanese Omron. I also like the Hirano translucent set they brought out recently. They're probably the best ones. They're the switches I like at the moment. I don't like Razer's Optomech. Gen 1 was okay. Up to Gen 4 is horrendous, I think. Open up the skies. Do you have an opinion on any switch putting the Beast X? I mean, you're limited. I've changed it. You can either have an orange Optomech Omron or a white orange Optomech Omron, which mine had. Orange one's stiffer. The white one's softer. Using a 305. Hey, nice. Quality mouse, a little bit old now, but yeah. 305's a classic OG. Huh. Do you know they made a version 4? Yeah. The V4. The one with Logitech Razer mice, and I'll show you on this one like we did a while ago, is, I mean, they've been doing it for a while. They still do it on the V4, but they plastic rivet everything. And what they've been doing even more is on the later versions, like the Viper, they've just riveted everything. Like everything's plastic riveted, including the side buttons. So this is like all one piece. Like they sound okay, the switches in this. But for me, they just feel weird. These switches feel weird, right? So I'm not saying that, but I see no benefit to these Optomechs. Where's the benefit to these? You know, I'll just use a normal switch. What time in the UK? It is nearly 4 o'clock at afternoon. Batches are so hard to get out. They're always super wedged. Didn't even know they made. Yeah, she said that one. Yeah, well, I finally get it out. Patience pays off. That's what the batteries. I can't actually see it. My eyes are dead these days. Focus camera. There's my old man's eye. The old man's eye. So 290 milliamp, 3.8 volt. So they put an extra 0.01 volts to it. Same battery as Superlight too. Yeah. Hey bro, you doing a mouse repair? I'm taking one apart, but I do them. I'm just messing around with these ones. There's nothing wrong with this. Logitech haven't given us a dub mouse. This is 100% working. Well, was. See if we put it back together. We might break it. We've broken a Superlight 2 before. Once you improve your Superlight 1 shell to the SuperStrike, do you think it will fit? The shell will fit. I don't know why would you want to change it? You want the black and white colours? Just get a donor black mouse. Sure, there'll be loads. We showed Logitech this about 4 years ago, the colour combo, when they released a white and a black Superlight 2. 5.10 grams in battery, no surprise. Would you say the best mouse is £100 range? Anything Lamzu Pulsar, pretty good. cheaper Logitech or Razer if you really want. I probably won't get a Razer at the moment. I don't particularly rate their build. Even Logitech's not the best of them. This mouse is good because of its switch combo, but the overall mouse, we'll see. They haven't changed much. It's a bit of a neutral group, shape. Like I'd much rather have a Lamzu shape. Like that. The Meyer X shape for me with these switches, even though I don't like all technology, let's call it. It's not switch really. Well, we don't think they're switch. I'd rather have over a Superlight shape, but that's preference, right? Did I lose a screen? Maybe. Interesting to change the screws to titanium. You can save quite a bit on weight with the magnets, what I remember, but these mess up the scales. So let's assume it's 1.3 grams. Probably is, I don't know. And these little screws won't even register. Nope. They won't be going back in it anymore. And you got like the harness for the power play, which looks like that basically. You can take all this out if you don't use the power play. Razer's last decent mouse was 0.57. Razer's last decent mouse, I think, was the ROG. I kind of like that. A bit different, but only really had Razers and trying to find something better. I mean, they're all copying each other, right? So they all use the same sensors. Logitech's the only person that uses its own sensor. I don't rate the Hero 2. I've had some problems with spinouts. Everyone actually uses the same sensor. It's their own firmwares. And you've had a wired mouse. You got to change to wireless, my friend. You got a cheap one. Give some like a VGN Dragonfly or the Attack Shark's pretty good if you want to like just have a dabble at something for $20. Do you think you could put the SuperStrike internals in the Meyer X? I doubt it, but we won't know until we take it apart. Depends how they're constructed. I have no idea how these internals work, so we'll find out. This PCB's like, it looks like the same kind of shoehorn PCB from Logitech. It looks like that. Mushu mice have been killing it lately. Yeah, they're okay. I really like the Corsair Sabre V2 shape. It's a good shape. I don't rate Corsair mice though. Corsair's trying to do everything. Do you know what I mean? But not good at everything. Jack of all trades, master of none. Do you get the side buttons to work on the Viper Mini or Cobra Pro stuff? Don't know, was I playing around with them? I can't remember. Do you see any failure points? Nope. Didn't code or fail because they all do. On every mouse. But so far it's like a Superlight 2, so if you've seen a Superlight 2 fail in certain areas then you'll know, but the only thing I didn't like, how much hair, even like, I've been using it like a week, I've got a cat hair already in it. See people say, oh, sealed mice, they'll get no hair. Yeah, they do. This PCB's small actually. This looks like a failure point if you take it apart. I mean, it's only going to fail when you actually pull the battery, but that's got to be careful of. But it's not going to fail just because it's in there, do you know what I mean? One expensive mouse to take apart, sure is Ted. Just when we took it apart, at least about, I reckon, a couple of thousand, so should be right. What about the spring by the haptics? We don't know, not tried it yet. We'll probably lose it. You can take the spring out of the, oh, my thing's run out of battery. God damn. Guess we're just going to have to play it without a battery then, so. I'll show you. I can't show you the exact measurements. You can see how big it is if you want to change it and put it in a different one for modding. It still looks like a 0.7mm PCB, it's quite thin. We're not going to be too accurate today. Who was that? Who did? Stream title says Superlight, not SuperStrike. Ah, thank you. I'll change it. My mistake. My old age. Huh. What's the weight of that? It is 5.18. So, I mean, seems about right. I can't remember if it was 7 or not. I haven't weighed a Logi for a while, so. There we go. Choose. Hopefully I wasn't paying attention when I wrote the title. The kitty cats. Any tripods at the minute? Still chilling around. And the same power button. Been using that power button for about 12 years. I don't know how long I've been using it for. It's a while though. 0.29. 9. If I had an infinite budget, what would you recommend? What mouse wise? I just go for shape and then from that pick which switches you want. Budget's not the key. Shape. How was the build quality on the SuperStrike? Any creaks whatsoever? No, mine was sweet as. All might have creaks if you put enough pressure on them, you know what I'm saying? If you creak in your mouse, you're putting too much pressure on your grip. 0.1. As you end up, you can't expect lightweight mice and then no flex. It just fundamentally doesn't go together. Well, this one, I like the switches on this. In terms of like, I like them for Valorant. I don't think I'd like them for other games, and that's one of the things. I need to do a review on it, but like, I like them for Valorant. I wouldn't like it for like, I don't know, Call of Duty. I'm not sure I'm gonna like it in Tarkov because of the feel. I might use my Lamzu. So, but for Valorant, I like it because it helps me control the rate of fire on the Valorant. So a little bit selfish. Overall, I don't think they're that particularly nice. What did you get? How do you get much hair around sensor? Cat. Any pet, you're gonna get hair. I mean, it's not come off my head for a start. So we can see all the drilling they've done. They've even started to cut out. Logitech copy me so badly. They've even started to take out the weight here in the skate, which we did. Cracking me up. Come on, Logitech. Watching in the sideline, but they won't send me a SuperStrike for free. I mean, come on. You send me one to take apart if you can use my ideas. You know what I'm saying? Just saying. Have you done a reaction speed test between that and your Lamzu? Yeah, it makes no difference. I'm still around between 140 and 150 millisecond. Don't expect the switches to change your reaction. I mean, you can take away the pre-travel and stuff, but it'll be so microscopic, mate. I haven't noticed it, put it that way. I'm not expecting to go from a 140, 150 millisecond down to like below that, you know what I'm saying? A V10 gets you out. Nice one to use titanium screws in. That shows you the magnetic thing is quite heavy, but I mean, still 62 grams. What Logitech forgot to do for people on this is look at the balance. I'm at 140. I know you tell me I've been 130 before. I'm actually quicker than 10s, but people don't believe me. But Let's have a look. I've shown loads of times. I am at Rapido reflexes. It's not age, it's DNA. Imagine how quick I was when I was 18. You lose about a couple of milliseconds a year, or a couple of milliseconds every, what do you call it? Decade, that's what I'm thinking of. I am ballistically fast. Careful saying that, Bob. I am, I've already said it, mate, I've proved it. Ten's got a good game sense, but it doesn't mean he's got fast reflexes, he's fast as me. Or I'm fast as him, whichever. But he's just played a lot of Val. He's got good game sense. Reflexes and everything in Valorant. It does help though. All the kids will be after me again as usual. A Rapido. Yeah. TikTok's already whinging about me doing some violation. I'm literally taking a mouse apart, do you know what I mean? They've definitely changed some of the design on the base here to the Superlight. Like they're trying to trim out all this weight at the front. You can see that, taking some of the ideas we do, and we used to take the weight out here quite a bit. But they were doing better adding more weight in the back to balance it, rather than trying to make it as light as possible. Just saying. People are more concerned over the balance than they are the weight of this mouse. Because weight's not everything. I mean, 6.71 grams for a thingy. Like saying PDF in it, soup. You can build reflexes. Well, yeah, I mean, you can't really. Your natural reflex speeds, you can concentrate more and try and tone it in a little bit, but you're not going to get yourself much quicker. You are what you are. It's what your build is. You're not going to go from 200 milliseconds to 10 milliseconds or 100. You might go from 200 to 190 if you're more focused, and that's because you're shutting body down. Like the way I get quicker is I turn off, the way I feel like I know I'm turning off certain sensors. Brass eye. Just tuned in. Have you changed anything? Nope, we're just taking it apart at the minute, see how it's built. It's stock at the minute. Just all the bits are all from where it's come from, just weighing it up as usual. We've got titanium screws now, which is what we said that was different. So now we should be able to just ping out the mains in. If Logitech were that concerned about weight and making the screws titanium, they should have made the mouse less screws dependent and more clips. Like they could have made the base clip. A lot of mice now, like this one I took apart the other day, right? They don't need the screws in it. You could make this purely on clips, but then people will be like, look how much it flexes, and like pinging all the bottoms off. But I just make it so the base is not screwed in. But they kind of do that to try and protect the warranty as well, I'm sure. Because rather than make titanium screws, I'd have just, well, like I said, I just want to put the screws in it. Like this back ones, you don't necessarily need that. They can just make a bracket that clips into that. Don't know why they do that still. Right, let's have a look at the first look at these switches. Balls of steel. Cheers, Bowman, for the follow. Cheers, Instalock Isomane as well for the follow. And Vesky, is it? Let's go. And exactly the same switch mechanism. As in terms like, oh, the switch. I mean, this is different. Okay, well, we've got slightly different then. So here's the switch. So you're definitely not changing that. But we've got to take off this plug, which I forgot. So. Looking at me and mouse, you have a 502. But I'm starting to play more games and I want a lighter mouse. What would your #1 pick be from 502? You could try a 703 or a Teevolution like this, but it's a bit more like the shape you're using. Obviously not the same. I wouldn't go to the 502X that Soup's got at the minute because it's a big change. It's a different shape. There is no real comparison. You could go to a Razer Basilisk, but I mean, if honestly, I didn't find the build quite that good on that one. So they are still using the U-shape PCB, but obviously there's no switch on it. This is where the difference is, and this is, I mean, that's quite heavy, I'm not going to lie, with the magnet on it. So this is what they look like inside. We'll take a closer look in a bit, but I'll show people the design. Quite interesting. But definitely weighs some pretty heavy. Yeah, Brim, you're the main guy that I see in shorts. I've been putting a lot out. Well, you see me now modding Logitech G Pro Superlight or SuperStrike. God damn. Why do they call it like the Superlight 3 for me? Do you know what I mean? So I'm gonna wait as 1 because this is interesting. So 6.64 grams is pretty heavy, which means the front, if we worked it out, is over 12 or 13 grams. And someone did mention a spring at the front, and there's a spring here. You see it? Oops, hang on. You see it here? So you probably don't want to lose that. Just pull out. Which will basically kill off the trigger actuation, but it's not the best anyway. So I might actually make it slightly tighter to the switch. This isn't going to weigh anything. But... the world's smallest screws. That smallest spring. Let's take that one out first. This one. I'm struggling to tell the difference between the Maya and the Paro, is it? I don't know, just take the one that cheapest or feels the best, I guess. We can't tell the difference. We'd be trying the Superlight 2 shell swap. Why would I swap the Superlight 2 shell? I don't know why people want that. It's the same shell. Custom the weight shell. Okay, I get it now, right. So you want some of the custom weight shells fit. Right, okay. That makes sense. Okay. Trying to work out why people don't want it. Let me, we'll have a look. I'm pretty sure, look, even at the mounting points, I can tell this looks identical. I'll tell you that now, but we'll check. Unless there's something behind here, this looks like a Superlight 2 shell. So I'm already 95% confident they'll work. But now I understand why you want to do it. I get it. I'll be surprised if they didn't. Some of the honeycomb ones and stuff. The problem will be around the main buttons. So you're going to have to use these main, because these got different mounting points. So your buttons will be different because of these mounting points. But overall, I mean, even on this, Logitech's kept a very similar. It's a very similar main button. I'll find a shell. I've got loads. So I'll have a look. But it's a very similar main button. If not, you can always look at my other teardowns, but we'll find one to check. Right. I mean, this is identical. I think these are identical weights, so let's just check. I'm pretty sure I don't see why they wouldn't be any different. 6.62. 6.63. I mean, like the same. So let's take apart this magnetic switch. Don't know what these lines are for. Must be something. Stay tuned, hey, cheers, man. Cheers, Wary. Wary Sparrow. It's using the same screws as the power play as well. But they have got a little washer on it, actually. I just realised, you see that? Bit hard to show on camera because these things are so small, but you can see the washer. Well, that one's got a washer. What's funny is I've got a magnetic, this is a magnetic dish, but it's not magnetic because of the tiny titanium screws. So they're all rolling around. Not used to that. Freaking me out. So what we have is this metal plate. We should probably make sure we don't mix them up because they do look slightly different. This like curve on them. Coming in at a mega 0.4. What I mean by the different is they have this this curve here. It's like a little ridge. So And then we've got the magnetic, I guess, solenoid or something like that. I don't really understand this bit. I'm not going to take this off. I'm not going to take this off, but that's got like a rubber cushion. Like in terms of, we're going to take off the stickiness, but I'll take the solenoid off because that's just glued on. I see the washer from the other one now. This is what it looks like. Tiny screws would fly out of my hands. Yeah, I've lost a few, trust me. Luckily, Logitech built that mouse pretty well, so you won't have any issues. Maybe off this main buttons you might do. This might mess the scales, look, it's magnetic or not. 2.43 grams. I did lose that as the other washer that I dropped. Yeah, same size screw. And then obviously you got your main button, but look at the design. The only difference between this and a Superlight 2 or 1 is this bit here is different, because obviously this is where the normal bit pushes down, but all the structure's the same. This bit's different as well. It's got like a newer bit here. It's a slightly different design, but what's that 1 second? Talk about the shell. What are we on? 3.75, so similar to the Superlight. We need to keep all this on the same side of this one, so I'll forget which one it came from, and then we'll be in trouble, because then I'll be like, which side did it come from? Okay, we're good. Balls of steel. Cheers, Sabarossi, is it, for the follow? Let's go. Alright, so some parts going to be identical, so we're not even going to weigh it because we know it's going to be the same. We already weighed it as a solid one, so. Still keeping up their massive amount of screws, but they are different. You see, there's a different place now. So this one's got this ridge on the other side, so that's what you got to be careful of when you take them apart. These are different left and right bias, I guess you call it. Just be careful. Now we have to look a bit more at this part of the shell. So I mean, this looks identical to the other ones. They haven't changed much. This cutouts and stuff. This is the new bit on the PCB, but these cutouts are already there. The skeleton looks the same. I think I would probably suggest that the rest of this is probably the same. Using the same blue TTC encoder. I bet you've got a spring here. They've got rid of it these days. Maybe no spring. Interesting. Have a look. Don't forget the little spring again on this side there. There's another one. So be careful of these, because that will make it feel even more dead than it already is in terms of like actuation. But even got the same screws on the sides. How do you feel about the Ajaz mice? I got an Ajaz 199 carbon recently. It's been liking it. Yeah, it's cool. It's a good clone. Yeah. It's good, good. Delightful. What the 502 is. Are you a 502 fan? The screw is like, this is now a clear titanium one, whereas they're normally black, but I say Logitech's changed them a little bit. But then ironically this one is black, which I don't kind of get. So why is that the only black screw? I don't make it. So random. Why didn't you make that titanium? Trying to save money by making that not a titanium screw, but the rest on the base is titanium. This one not titanium. Don't know. Maybe these are built different part of the factory. If you're going to make screws titanium, make them all titanium, right? I don't know. It makes no sense. Why mix them up? One thing I did notice is, I don't know whether this is going to cause people problems. Where's it gone? I don't know if you can tell, even I'm struggling, but there's basically plastic residue on the bottom of the screw where it's been cutting into it, because this titanium is probably slightly harder than the other, whatever they're using, aluminium or whatever it is, I don't know. With the screws, it looks like it's slightly chewing away a bit more of their threads, so just be careful. Is polling weight over 1,000 that much need for gaming? Nope. Leave it on 1,000, makes a little difference. If anything, it makes it more sensitive, like crazy sensitive, and also takes away CPU load. Like 8K generally uses 20% more CPU. One in the middle. Titanium's too costly, yeah, but they've done titanium throughout all the rest of the screws. Like even this front one's titanium. These are titanium because they're not magnetic, right? That's one of the bits. You can see that here when we pick up this magnetic. Other one's not moving, non-magnetic. Other one's stuck. The black ones are all magnetic. So it's a bit strange the mix and matching. Like even here, they're using the titanium version. So why a couple of them still not? If they're trying to reduce that much weight, I don't know. Maybe they found the weight goal and said, right, the rest now can stay the cheaper screw, maybe. Maybe that was the plan, I don't know. Who knows? It should just pull out like a normal Superlight 2, I'm reckoning. See why not? These mount points look different. I don't think the Superlight has these because obviously the spring setup, so it is a slightly different skeleton, but only with those points on these like rubber points here, like a bit of mylar or something. That's the only difference to the skeleton I can tell. Maybe a little bit on this bit where the mount is for this, but they're similar. Probably not as interchangeable the skeleton as the other one. So people want to see the shell's the same. I mean, from my eyes, right, this is a Superlight 2 shell. Logitech living screws, yep, I counted 49 in one of their builds. Logitech build them properly. Razer, I mean, Razer use, as you can see in here, Razer use plastic rivets. That's why I don't rate Razer's build. They're not as good. They get a bit more flex, whereas Logitech's pretty good for mounting them. They're still using this, if I've not copied this one, they're still using this into like weird scaling. You don't need this. Like, there's no pressure applied to the top of this mouse that's going to crack, so I don't get why they put that much bands in it when they're trying to save weight and using titanium screws. I'd have took that out. They put it a little differently. Yeah, they're slightly better. Titanium isn't as strong as steel, so might get stretched threads. I mean, it's going into plastic, so you'd be alright. Don't worry about that. Titanium's stronger than plastic, that's why it's chewing it up to death. It's just lighter. I mean, this looks identical. I've got a Superlight 2 shell. Hold on, one sec. I've got about 19 of them lying around. You want to cheat up early. I'll cheat that to death. There's that one. Yes, it is. Stupid wireless. I've got one handy. This is one here. Maybe we'll get lucky with this one. No. mean, in fairness, it looks identical. I'd be very surprised if that doesn't fit any of the one. Older shell, heavier by 2 grams. I don't know yet. We haven't weighed it, I don't think. Here's a normal Superlight 2 button. And here's a new SuperStrike button. You can see it's slightly different, but almost similar. Very close, but not the same. And the shell feels the same weight. I mean, I'd say this is the same shell. The only difference is they have mounted, which they did on the 2C. You see these little stumps here? This basically stops the button pressing in, so they've finally sorted out the pre-travel, which we've been talking to him about for about a gazillion years. Not sure we've been asked this before, but without accounting price, what do you think is the best mouse on the market? I'd go for shape. There's no best mouse on the market. Shape's the key. There's loads of good ones. They're very good cloning at the minute. 11.36. I can't remember what the Superlight shell is, so let's have a look. But pretty Superlight 2 shell, I'm pretty sure it's similar. I haven't got one handy yet, Superlight shell, but I thought I had one. Given I've got about 500 of them lying around, but can't find one at the minute. Anyway, it looks the same weight, but you can look at me with a Teardown, it'll show you difference in weight. No, they have not. Lol, pre-travel on the side buttons are ass. I mean, they fixed it on this one. They've stopped it. It just goes in too deep. There's a lot less pre-travel than there was, but not like the old days where it used to basically go into the shell and then not come back out. They've just added posts to stop it pushing in. Like this is different, so the ribbon cable is different. It's got a bigger connector here straight away, but the same kind of PCB style for the side buttons. But you can fix the pre-travel on these fairly. I've showed loads of mods for those, but the actual buttons are different. They've tried to tweak it, but we're still using the same PCB. Same screw. I hate the way they're not magnetic. Gonna have loads of problems trying to. Oops, can't do that. Loads of problems trying to get these to go back in without a magnetic screwdriver. Capability. I mean, the side buttons are the same. What I can tell, maybe those notches are slightly different. I can't remember. I'd have to go through my other teardowns without having one to compare to. I don't know why. I don't think it changes the shell, like you said. The rest of it different. 1.27 grams. This is where it gets a bit annoying. I'm trying to take the screw out, but I know it's not going to stick. So now I've got to make sure I don't lose them. People are going to lose screws left, right, and centre with these. Big time. Yeah, we're taking it fully apart so people can repair it. This is what I used to do a lot of. Teardowns of mice. People, you got a Logitech Superlight, because of all the mods I made. Logitech took my ideas and created the other Superlight basically. Still taking them now. These help you pick what a mouse. I don't know, pick the shape. Or do you want something safe? There is no special formula for which mouse works for you. You've got to try a few different shapes. That's what you like. So look at this after a week's already collecting hair. Exactly the same scroll wheel as all the others, so if you've got any mods or anything, they should be the same. Haven't changed that. 1.96. Glued the rubber in though, finally. Oh, this is different. I've not seen a connector like this before. It's got a tape on it. Looks like it says snap over with a bit of tape on top. So Logitech must be running a lot of reports of people, the connectors coming loose. So they've got to tape over them now. That's what it's working for. Hey, Fukren, is that you okay? Fuglin? Yeah. Where's my turned off? Is that? I'll find my cursor. It's disappeared off screen somewhere. There it is. She's back. Oh yeah, same connector. It's just got a bit of tape on it. Just a bigger version as usual. I mean, Logitech's certainly not making the mice easier. See it? It's got these ones basically. Careful when you're taking these off so you don't break them, because then you'll be like sending me a message like, oh, have we got any spares around? Nope. If you're lucky, they might make some on AliExpress, which sometimes people do. This is definitely a different design. So now you've got the new blue enclosed TTC encoder all the Superlights had after the early versions of Superlight 2. They were using the white silver version ones. So it's got these ports for the switch power. Beyond that looks the same, even the same middle clip button. Looks the same basically. $2.66 grams for that one. And they've given us a... I don't know, what are these QR codes for? I never understand it. So you can find parts from it, I don't know. Like, why would you care? I've scanned them, but you never seem to get anything from them. What was your comment? Is it Hassan? Blue shell, blue dot, Hirano green shell, white dot. Well, which switch do you want? Which is easier to press? I'm not sure on those ones, to be fair. The pink ones used to be nice, but I'm not sure which is the lightest. I haven't done any tests on them, to be fair. Is this the new Logitech mouse? Yep, this is SuperStrike. No, I'm going to wait, that's no point. So the side buttons look the same. They're using Omron still. I'd say they're still the same Omron side button, so same issue, a little bit mushy, not the best switch. Mods already? Not yet, we're still just taking it apart. Are you the broom who has so much lineups? I don't have that many lineups, no. I need more lineups. I don't have enough lineups. What on earth's going on? Dr. Chicken, we are taking apart the Logitech SuperStrike 2. If you don't know me from mice mods, you've all got lightweight mice because of me. And Logitech created their Superlight because of the mods I made to a G Pro wireless back in the day. But I'm known for taking a mice apart and showing people how to mod them and mess around with them. When the trend was taken off, and then I've just stopped doing it now because it's too flooded. Cheers Fabian for the follow. Let's go. How much does it go for? The new Logitech is like $180 or something, or £180. It's expensive. It's an expensive mouse. Not as expensive as a final mouse, but we're getting there. You're famous for TechHunk, pretty much it. In a very niche mouse way. I'm known for mice, gaming mice, and mods. Or was a long time ago. 2001 probably. If you class that as fame. Like, people like Final Mouse sending me mice to show them how to make them lighter and doing things like this to them, making a fingertip version. Okay, I haven't got the manufacturing skills, but you know, you get the idea. Show them where to tweak them. This cable's totally different. I've been modding mice before 2001. You get the idea. 0.91. I refuse to do power cords anymore. Absolutely painful. But... And then the skeleton using all the designs we did for them. I mean, I won't even take much more out of this now. They've done a pretty good job. You could trim a bit more out of the back here if you wanted, but you don't want to try and make this too light at the back because the SuperStrike, sorry, is a problem in terms of front weight. This skeleton looks very similar. There's a few little tweaks, like there's these little bits here at the front. This is not on the normal skeleton, and neither is this. So this is different. It's a different skeleton slightly, but the rest of the cutouts and stuff are identical to the Superlight 2. How different are the internals compared to the regular mouse? They're very similar. The only difference is this bit. It's magnets. Really? The rest is the same. This is why I got a lot of weight. We weighed those together. That's 14 grams just there in that weight. That's a lot of weight for the front. To try and even out when they're trying to make the back lighter. I mean, Logitech really should have made this slightly heavier. They should have made it maybe 65 grams and just put a bit of weight in the back instead of 62. They're trying to compete with their Superlight, but it's different tech. Have we tried the ATK A9 Ultra Max 2? Nope, I haven't. But I did try an ATK, it was pretty good. One of the first Opto Mechs that I liked. Or that configuration they did with the button configuration, because Opto Mechs, they're all using the same on-runs, or Razer's using their version, or Pulsar's using the Razer version rebranded. But the way they ATX had implemented the Opto Mechs with the on-runs was nice. Pretty cool, cheers, Tom. What mouse to use daily? I mean, I don't know. I've got, as an example, I've got 350 mice. So I go through them, but I quite like the Lamzoom Maya X. I've been using that as a daily. I fixed the encoder of the week because it broke. Surprise, surprise. Not just because Maya, because they always break on every mouse. But I've been daily in this one because I like the way the buttons work within Valorant, but I don't like the buttons in general, the Switch. So the Switch is good for allowing me to control the Randall's fire in Valorant, but as a gaming mouse, I probably wouldn't use it. What weight production potential does it have? Not very much. I'll tell you that now. What I'm concerned about is, and I'm going to weigh this up first, and I'll tell you whether we actually weight reduce this, I don't know. We might weight add it. So 7.05 grams for the skeleton. And that is you can see it, the Logitech SuperStrike taken to bits. Et voila. So you're saying about what weight potential does it has. The problem it has, and the problem you see here about this is that if we take weight out the front of this, it's going to make it even worse at the front where all the weight is. So the way to take the weight out of this is the most around looked at is the power play on this rear is probably where the weight reducing is. Beyond that, it's pretty good from Logitech because they've copied all my ideas anyway. Right? Which they have. And then you could take out some of this exoskeleton. You're not going to save much there. You might get, even if you drill that shell, you'll get 2 grams out of it. Right? Is it worth it? Probably not. On here, you might get a couple of grams out. You could trim out the sides that we do every time. You could trim out here. They've even lightened up the front skate part, which we normally do. Even they've done that now. You know, so you might get 3 grams out of that, but you're taking it all out the back. And maybe the side, the front is still going to be heavy. So what you're going to do is make the front even more annoying because of the weight. 3D print base mod. Battery further out. I mean, the battery's already at the back. They've already got the battery at the back on this. So you're almost going to be the way around. I think we actually might add a little bit of weight to this to make it slightly more balanced. I think that's the trick with this mouse. I don't think the weight reduction is the key for this mouse, if I'm honest. Which is unusual. But they're kind of at that point where, which is why I stopped modding mice, because at the point where there's so much weight taken out of them, like, you're not really going to achieve much. So this is more about trying to get the balance right, I would say, rather than, can I make this mouse lighter? Can you make it lighter? Yeah, I'm sure you could make it another maybe 5 to 10 grams lighter if you change the shell properly and you did the base, but you're not getting much out of it. And you're also going to make it even worse because of the front. That's what I'd be worried about. You ever worked on SteelSeries mice? I did do, but probably about 4 years ago. I'm still scarred from their ROG series, which is horrendous, but Was it SteelSeries ROG? I think it's SteelSeries ROG. But I worked on like the Rival and stuff. That was a good shape from SteelSeries. The Prime wasn't the best, but it was okay. It started cheaping out the sensor SteelSeries. I don't know why. So I had to hit like a lower end market. You have one mouse and it's cracked in the middle. I've got loads. Like a monstrous amount of mice. Basically here you can't see it's powered with mice. Like boxes floor to ceiling I need to get rid of. I've got about 100 keyboards lying around here I need to get rid of. As an example, we've got like Like this keyboard lying here. We've got this keyboard Pulsar sent me lying here. You know, just like I've just got gear lying around everywhere. Like too much. Got all those mice on the wall, and that's like nothing. I was going to basically line them across the whole wall, and then I got fed up and got distracted by something else. Got every Hall effect keyboard, everything. Can't you fix your mouse? What's wrong with it? Probably can. Is this a Superlight? It's the SuperStrike. Struggling for success? I wouldn't say success. I just carry on in life. I've been on YouTube since 2014. You still work, baby. How much weight reduction have you managed? I haven't done any. I'm just going the other way around this one. I don't think we're going to weight reduce this. I think we're going to try and tweak the balance, and that's the key on this mouse because it's already weight reduced. Logitech have done everything I did to the Superlight, so we've even now done the final bit with the skates. So I mean, it could take a little bit out here, but all you're going to do is unbalance the front, which is not what we want. So the problem with this mouse isn't its weight. I wouldn't go and say the SuperStrike's too heavy because it's not. I'd say it's almost unbalanced, and that's where the problem is. Hey Milo, just follow, man. All for the sake of science, you're great. Yeah, I do this for the sake of science. Yeah, I just bought a mouse. Logitech haven't sent me this. Bought it myself. Took it apart. Show you what it's like, so you can do all these mods yourself. That's what I'm known for. Showing you how to take mice apart, modding them. Show you what mods you can do. That's why I got this Superlight or SuperStrike, because I showed all these tweaks, all this design from me, all that kind of theory anyway. You're welcome. It's non-wireless one is where I couldn't fix it. What do you mean? I have a question. I have a glorious Modelo, old school. I guess now it's probably only 5 years. It's disconnecting all the time. It'll be the cable. You need a new cable. The cable's got a break in it. Ever seen something like this on live? Hey, well, you're in the right place. I used to do it all the time. I only do it now when the problem with the mice industry is like I've got so many mice, right? They're all there's the original piece where they all started to innovate and using what I tried to show them how to innovate, let's say, and then they stopped because I stopped and also they stopped. They ran out of ideas. There's no ideas. This is the latest innovation that's come out. These magnetic Hall effect, let's call them, switches. So hence we'll take a look at it. Beyond that, they're all the same. These are all the same. So they kind of design the base, which we show people. This one created a G703, which is pretty good. Oh no, tripods there. Which is good, but I did originally did lightweight 703s. They created that. Like, do you know what I mean? Yeah. What would you say your top 3 mouse you've ever used? Ever? I mean, Microsoft Intelli is one of the key ones. I also like the Razer Cophead when it came out because it was innovative. And then beyond that, most recently, I like the Myrex. I think it's good. But, you know, is it revolutionary? I don't know. They just took the ideas of everyone else and created a nice shape. Is there a way I could convert a wireless one? We've done it before. You can convert the shell, but you need the PCB. We did ages ago. We used to convert a lot of wired mice to wireless mice using don't stand on more bits. G-Cat. We created a lot of wired mice to wireless using a G305, which was the bit at the time. Can't go on the pad. In my opinion, I think it's hand peripherals such as mice and keyboards have had too much attention. Yeah, exactly. Agreed. I agree. They absolutely burnt out for the last 5 years. Look how many mice companies came. When we started doing all this stuff, there was like 3 or 4. Now there's about 27. Go up and unplug the switches. Yeah, we just take them apart. Hello from Turkey. Hey, Turkey. You okay? Audio peripherals need some attention. Yep. Monitors have had all the attention. Like they're all using high-speed panels and stuff. Like, did I notice a difference between 240 and 480 Hz OLEDs? I actually did. Surprisingly, it was a bit smoother, which I didn't expect. But it's not. I'm not sat there looking how smooth it is when I game. Do you know what I mean? It's like 8K and 1K. Cat's name's called Tripod. Don't stand on a tripod. So you got 3 legs. You know, but it's like 8K and 1K polling. Like 1K polling came out when I was a kid, and we were on 500 Hz or 125 Hz polling, which was horrendous. 1000 Hz is fine. You can't tell the difference. Can you tell the difference between that and 8K? Probably it's slightly smoother, but you're using 20% more CPU, and you're not really noticing it when you can't go on it. Not this, all these bits. And then you don't really notice it when you're gaming because you're flicking everywhere. You're not slowly tracking very much. 2K seems to be the optimum, if I'm honest. What mods are you going to do to this? We're going to make it slightly better balance. There's no point in weight reducing this. Because the more weight we take out of it, the heavier the front gets, because we've done loads of Superlights. 1.2s, even wirelesses we did originally, which is where this design came from, Logitech. But the weight's all in the front. So the more we took out the back, the more the front got heavier. We knew that anyway. That's always been a problem. But this is already super heavy at the front. Like these bits here are already 14 grams. That's a lot of weight in the front of my mouse. Super cat. What's your plan on the weight reduction in the front? There is none on the front. I don't think you can reduce it. That's the problem you've got. You can maybe trim out an extra 0.3 of a gram from the front of the base, and that's it. That's all you're going to be able to do. Right, can't say. I know you want to go there, you can't. I've got really long arm biceps. Can you tell me what sleeve is good? Pulsar do a load of different sleeve sizes, like a lot. I've got a load over there to have a look at. I probably wouldn't go full arm like I like the half arm ones, like to here. I can't show you, but I like a sleeve to here. I don't like it when it goes beyond my arm up here. Like here used to be good. Lizard Skin did some early ones when I used to work them, and then they stopped doing them. They made some good skins, but they also put branding all over them, which was a pain. But Pulsar do nice sleeves. Did you like half ones? And that's what I'd go for. What should you call me? Just call me Beardedbob or Bob's fine. Or Brim. You can't sit there. I know you want to sit down, you can't. Hey, Mass, cheers for the follow. Cheers for the Rose Bijan. Good to see you back. Hopefully you're not so much of a troll today. We'll see. We'll see. What mods are you doing to it? We're going to balance it better. You play this agent very well. I enjoy following you. Cheers. We've been playing him a little bit more. I don't know, you know I'm coming in, but you can't today. I've got to knock all these bits over. Yeah. You knock all the bits over. Hey, Mattress, good to see you back. I see you and BJ. Is it BJ? I'm going to call you BJ. Are those friends together? Is the front or back heavier? The front's way too heavy. That's one of the problems because of these magnets and stuff they got in the front. It's very heavy, and that's one of the problems. That's why we're not going to try and weight reduce it. We're going to try and balance it instead, which will be dead easy to do, by the way. But I can't do the mix. My cat's taking my attention. Hey, there you go. What's the difference between the Death Adder V4 Pro and V3? I can't remember, but the V4 is better, the hyperspeed. It's the way it's built. I think it was much better, but you'd have to look at my teardowns and have a look. I mean, it was a long time ago. Yeah, I mean, like we were saying here, you could take more weight out the front, but I mean, Logitech's already took my design, which we did a long time ago, and trimmed out their skeleton, so that we're not going to save any weight there. They've already took the design and took the weight out the front here. Already on these front skates, we could trim a bit more out, but you're getting like maybe 0.25 of a gram. You can't trim anything out the shell. You could drill all this shell if you wanted to make it really, really holy, and you'll save 2.3 grams. But again, you're taking weight out of the back again. Even if you trim these out, you're taking weight out of the back. Maybe you'll get half a gram out of that. The battery's already situated back as part of the design they've done. It's already back here on the skeleton. So like, you almost want to make it, I think it's probably going to be about 65 grams. It's 62 stock, 61, 62 it was. You're almost going to make the weight back to balance it rather than to reduce it. Hey, Nilox SD for the follow. You okay? Let's go. Do you like this mouse? I think it's okay, Jack. I like the switch technology for playing Valorant. I don't think I like it in general. I'd probably use the Myrex as a normal mouse because I prefer the shape and I prefer the clicks. I mean, this is even using the on-run ones. I'd rather have a normal mechanical switch, but for what it is, this is quite nice. I use this because, or liking this at the moment, we'll see if it continues because of Valorant, because I like the way it allows me to control the Vandal rate of fire. That one on the Myrex and other mice, and I've modded like the Beast X and stuff, like the other Optimex, is basically double clicking almost. The debounce is too much, and therefore I'm firing too many rounds. Though that's the way I control it or not, I don't know, but because other people seem to be okay. She's female cat. That's why she's so needy. Joke man. What to further my point, I was saying about audio peripherals. I mean, some nice audio would be better for headphones and stuff, lighter weight and stuff, but just bought on the Choose S7 Ultra Pro thoughts. Yeah, they're nice, but they're cloning, so. This mouth worth 160. It's cheap for 160. I paid 180, I think. It's a Superlight. If I would either have a Superlight 1 and I could change the switches, or I'd have the SuperStrike. I wouldn't go for Superlight 2. I don't see the point. I guess it's got 8K, but do I care? Not really. It wouldn't be why I would buy a mouse. Beyond that, I think if you can live with the weight distribution of this one, maybe. But like, it's latest tech. But at the end, the sensor I find spins out for me, so I don't know. It's tricky. What's your opinion on the Pulsar Crazy Light 2? Like this one. I like it. It's a little bit, maybe a little bit small for me. I kind of hold it more like that. But I was using it. Like I find the smaller the mouse, the more I have to hold them further back. So because they kind of tip in my hand because of my grip. But I like it in general. More cat hair. I quite liked it. I'd like a slightly bigger version. If I could have a little Pulsar mouse shape. I like this one, which is the X2H, and it's actually got Razer switches in it because I changed this to the generation because they use the same switches. This is my favourite shape, I reckon, but I don't like the switches because it uses Razer switches. Sorry, Pulsar's version, or whoever makes them. And absolutely horrible. Depending on what version you use, they're still horrible. And Razer's now made a Gen 4 version of the Opto Mech, as they call it, and it's a smaller size switch, which is even worse. So let's put it back together. I'm going to put it back together, and we're going to add weight, which is unusual for me because I'm known for weight reduction stuff, right? Because I think this is at the point where we're not going to get weight out the front of it, which is a problem because of all the stuff they're going. I mean, you could even trim out like bits around here if you wanted, but you're not going to get anything out of it. You might get a gram out of it, maybe 2 if you're lucky. You're not going to get enough to balance it. So what you could do is offset the balance. You could take 2 grams out the front, maybe if you're lucky, and I'm talking you're going to be lucky to do that. I don't even see where you get it from, to be fair, but and then you could maybe counter the 2 we're going to put at the back, 2 or 3 in the back. But 62 to 65 gram mouse, not really going to notice the difference. You'll notice the balance difference, which is where people don't like it. You ever actually considered the switches in the mouse or the shape? Shape's always key. Always consider shape. Shape's fundamental. Switches are preference, and the rest is up to you. They all use the same sensors by Logitech and everyone else. So software's key. What can it let you do? What firmware did they put on them? Stuff like that. Give me a shout out. Hey, Shifty Steezy, is it? You're right. But if people are looking for weight reductions on this, and I didn't know until we took it apart to see if we can actually do a weight reduction. Like, I don't think you're gonna get one. You could do one. You could take out the back. We could do exactly what I did for Superlight 2. Could trim out all these sides. Could take all this back out. You know, you can take out the power play and all the other stuff, which we're going to leave out anyway because I don't really want it. But you're not fundamentally going to get it lighter in a sense that you're going to make it better. It's going to feel weird when you start taking all that. You take out the extra 7 grams out of the back and that thing's going to feel so front heavy. It's going to feel wrong. You'd almost better off cutting the back off it. Wouldn't do this to a mouse. I've done it to a lot, trust me. Many thousand mice, I reckon. Hey, Levi, you okay? Just follow me. And that's, we could tell by the Superlight 2, the way we were trimming it and stuff. The weight's all on the back of it at the moment. Whereas it was a bit better because they were using different switches. It wasn't quite as heavy, but this is going to be rough if you take any weight out. You're going to have to, like you say, you'd almost want to trim the back off it to make it feel like you're holding it more forward. That makes sense, like here. So the weight's like above your hand, whereas at the moment it feels like it's all here at the front because you're holding it back here and all the weight's here. So that's what's making it feel weird. So if we weight out the back a little bit, it'll feel a bit more even, I guess. Is the Optimum mouse get any good? I've not tried it. No, I don't. He's just done a 3D print, so I mean, there's plenty of them around. To be honest, using a Razer Viper body. How about the Switch? It will be copied by a China company, 100%. These will already be out soon. The companies will start developing these switches and stuff. Definitely. Each one that evens the weight out a bit better. How do the clicks feel? They don't feel very nice. It's one of the things I don't like about it. The clicks are very weird. And I like a nice clicking switch, you know what I mean? Let's put this back together. It wouldn't surprise me because of the lack of adhesive here whether these start dropping off soon. Should I upgrade from my Death Adder V2? I mean, it's an old mouse of V2. I'd get a Death Adder V3 Hyperspeed because you like that shape. This is a different shape. Won't be rushing out to buy this shape. Is it possible to swap the shell from the Dex 2 to this? Not to this one, not a chance. But you'd be able to swap a Superlight 2 shell, or someone was asking before because they want to use modded shells to it. I reckon that would work. But you'd have to use your own buttons still. You'd have to use the buttons from this, which is this piece. But the shell should be okay. The shell looks the same. You'd have to look at my other teardowns to compare it, because I didn't have a shell handy. Blowing your mind, not in costume. You see. We do other stuff. There's just not been much around to do. The reason I'm taking a look at this, I haven't took a lot of other mice recently, is because this is different. Good trade-off for feel now. They almost feel like silent switches. So if you wanted a silent mouse, then it'd be a good trade-off. If for me, it's a good trade-off for me because I like the way I can control the Vandal better. So for me, yes. But I wouldn't rate the feel of the switch. So it depends what you want from it. Like, this isn't going to make you quicker. I mean, maybe you can use some of the macros. Maybe people with macro in it. It might make you quicker at firing, I guess. But Valorant, you probably recoil will be everywhere. It's more of a magnet than a switch. And that's what it feels like. It feels like a magnet. Don't hate it. Be careful about these wires, and you damage them, which we did do there. Let's cut a little bit. So yeah, I think the feel of these switches is a trade-off, and also the weight distribution is on it is a trade-off. But whether it's good or bad is up to you. That's what I would say. Yeah, you can change the activation length for jiggle peak and stuff like that. You can put it really close so there's no movement, but it's almost like there's no movement, if that makes sense. Like, it's that close, it's almost just flat, like you're touching a touchpad. It's kind of how I thought it felt like. Like, I think for Valorant and maybe probably for Counter-Strike and stuff, there's definitely an advantage with this mouse, I would say. For other games, I don't know. I mean, I guess for something like Apex, you could get super rapid fire out of it, which I think they're trying to ban some of the stuff, but yeah. I mean, yeah, talking about weight reduction stuff here, you could try and make these brackets slightly better. You could probably try and trim out some weight out of the bracket, maybe, because all you need is a harness on it. But I mean, they're so light. The weight's in this solenoid, or whatever it's called. And you can change the activation on a normal mouse by changing the post travel, you know, like pre-travel, don't you? You can just put like some PTFE tape on it that I did about 7 years ago, so I've been doing for a long time to make the activation better. That'll be exactly the same. But the length of the switch maybe would be slightly different, because the switches have different plungers and different lengths to press. But you get an Optomech mouse and put PTFE tape on it, and you'll probably get the same actuation speed. I wonder if H is next. I will do, man. Like, is this cool technology? I think this is pretty good. I think if we get some nice clicks and stuff, it'll be cool, but I think they're going to struggle because I don't know how they're going to get that from a magnet. So definitely the feel is a trade-off. And I'm sure everybody in the next 6 months is going to start building these in, so we'll have to see how they kind of implement it. Like, Optomechs are not very nice at first, but they start to get a bit better, so. Can you do this for the G Pro Superlight SE? What, take it apart, you mean? I've took apart all Logitech mice at the minute. I don't think I've done the latest ones because they're all the same. I've not even done the Superlight S. Is the SE the small version? Because that would be exactly the same, but we could do. But it'll just be the same. It'll just be slightly reduced, maybe. Weight reduce it. I can't do it if enough people are interested. It's quite a niche. How about the Switch? Wait, so that Chinese company will copy it 100%. Already probably doing it now. It's probably already copied. They'll be re-engineering it. Razer will get one, and then everyone will have it. Logitech seem to build their own parts. Razer tend to use commercial parts like sensors and switches and stuff like they class them as a Razer switch, but everyone else has access to that switch. So whether Logitech allow people to use this technology, which they won't, I'm pretty sure, then they're going to have to make their own. Best skates for the Glorious. I mean, I was like a bigger skate. I was always a fan of the Zowie skates, the size of them. So, I mean, skates is personal preference again. I don't know. I like a nice PTFE. Tiger Eyes for me are pretty good. I've always rated them. Do I like glass? Glass aren't bad, glass skates, but I don't like dots. I think they dig in too much. People are using what, like crystal stuff and things, which, you know, they're okay, but I don't think they were going to change the world with them. They're also expensive. Nice to see the Logitech have changed to a sealed encoder, which they did at the Superlight 2, like later versions changed to this encoder with a sealed top, because otherwise they're like otherwise they used to be like that. So you see the difference. Open encoder, not open encoder, and they get full of gunk. And these still can gunk up, but they're way better when they're like that. They'll last a little bit longer. A cup of tea, man. God damn. Like best skates, people talk about which is the best mouse out there and stuff. I mean, I could tell you, but then there's no best mouse out there for anybody. It's down to shape. There's certainly good for you, like ones not to touch. But mouses, like there's probably the best 5, and then you have to pick which one works for you. If that makes sense, that's what I would do. Same with best skates, like which are the best skates? I mean, it comes down to the pad you're using, whether you like glass or not, whether you use like dots or not, stuff like that. What's the move for the day? We've took this apart, took apart the SuperStrike, see how it's built, which is basically the purpose, and then we're just going to evenly distribute the weight. So normally we do weight reductions and stuff. I don't see where the weight is in this. People, I'm sure, will take the weight out of it, which you can do. You could probably get another 7 grams out the back of it, but it's going to make the front even worse. So you can have to put the weight back in it. The only way you're going to get the balance right is to put weight back in the rear, which, so for that point of view, I don't think there's a worth to in a weight reduction. I think you have to accept that this mouse is going to be a bit heavier because of the tech. I mean, there's 14 grams in the front. That's not crazy. And they're even using titanium screws, which Logitech's never done. So they've tried to get some weight out of it. Like, that's one of the downfalls maybe of these, is that they may be a bit too heavy for a lot of mice. Like a lot of the smaller companies have trouble putting these technology into their mice because the mice are built for lightweight. So maybe we'll see a slight other way back, and they'll make it slightly heavier. Like you say, we did a load of mods. Lightest mouse we got was 15 grams. People are still trying to make them lighter, but at that point it's almost impossible. There's no point in it. There's a certain trade-off. I was just always trying to see what's possible. That's just me. But, yeah. Could you 3D print all this? Probably, but you could probably reduce it overall. You could probably get a 3D printed base, 3D printed shell maybe. But you know, you could get some weight out of it. We could probably bring this down, but I'm trying to probably end up perfecting the. I'd end up perfecting the weight distribution, and also like Logitech have done so much of the stuff we've done before. Like there's not much to take out. Like we can trim out like a micro bit here, maybe 1/4 gram here on this bit, because they've took out all this weight. They even domed it now. We used to take out all this weight. Took out more weight here, so we could trim out this back bit, maybe save another 1/4 gram. You might get a couple of grams, but you're taking it all out the back, not the front. I would only look at what can I reduce here at the front before I look at anything at the back. And at the front, you're looking at, well, as you can see, absolutely nothing, unless you really want to trim it. I mean, I don't even know what you could take out of it. You could take a scroll wheel out. Do you know what I mean? That's kind of what you're looking at here. That's how difficult it's going to be. Or you're just making it even more heavy at the front. Like even now the scroll wheel, you can feel it. Do you know what I mean? That's what you're looking at. If you drop a few screws out, yeah, 100%. You're not going to be saving. You're not saving enough to care, I think. And that's something I've not done for a while, but that's why I feel with this. Like, this is by the first mouse I've not even bothered to weight reduce, because it's the other way around, really. It's more about balance. For me, balance is more of an issue than weight reduction on this one. IMO. Which is why I kind of stopped showing people modded mice and stuff, because I think we're at a pinnacle. We've been doing it for 5 years, maybe more than that. I can't remember how long. Maybe 6 years now, 6 years, 7 years now, maybe. Like, we're at the pinnacle of mice being modded and stuff. So this is the latest innovation, hence we're taking a look at it. But beyond that, I think everything's been very, very similar. For the last couple of years, everyone's ramped up their Chinese production and built about 27 gazillion clones have come out. Innovation, hence we're taking a look at it. But beyond that, I think everything's been very, very You know what I'm saying? Is that? What's up, Slark69? You alright? So we'll see. We'll see what happens there. I could be wrong. What we're doing, we're just putting back together a Logitech SuperStrike, which we took apart. Yes, indeed. Why take it apart? People can see how to repair it. People can see how it's made. People can mod it. I'm known for modding mice, showing people how they're built, showing how the build quality is. Checking out the new switch technology in this Logitech SuperStrike. I'm sure Logitech will be thrilled that I took it apart in front of people. They look at me, really. You must do to take my designs. Always jumping at Logitech, don't worry about it. You're from Brazil? What up, Brazil? Do you recommend it? I mean, that's what people have asked at the minute. I think I like it because it allows me to control the rate of fire in Valorant, but I don't like the switches in general. I think if it wasn't for that in Valorant for me, I wouldn't be using it. That'd be my choice. I think I like the way I can control the actuation a bit. Maybe if I wanted slightly faster rate of fire for games like Apex or something, perhaps there's an advantage, but you're certainly trading off the feel of the switch. And that to me can be a bit of an issue. You're also applying the weight distribution differently, so that's why we're not going to take weight out of this. We're going to add weight into the back to make it even, to make it nice, nice and balanced. Because one of the problems is that it's not a balanced mouse, and that's pretty fundamental, I think. So overall, what's a good mouse for Val? I'm getting into Val. I think something like SuperStrike's okay because of the switch you can do with the Vandal, but it depends. But I also like the Myrex. Nice mouse. Look for shape. If you want specific technology, then this is probably the one for what you want. But I mean, I don't know. I won't buy it just because you particularly want, shape's key for me first. Is this going to make you easier to control the Vandal? I mean, a lot of people do it. I just find it easier for me. I've changed some of the I modded some of the B-Stacks WL mouse, but well, mods are adding. We're going to add some weight to it, which is unusual for me because I was a trendsetter for creating lightweight mice, ironically. But this one needs weight because the balance is so off on it, and really trying to remove some of the weight will be a problem. If it's all at the back where you can get it out in these mice, because the Logitech's trimmed a lot at the front, aren't they? Cheetah mouse? What this? You reckon? Nah. What we did forget to do is put the spring in there. That's kind of cool. What's going on, but I rate it. Taking apart gaming mice to see what they're like, see what you can tweak, see how they're built, see how the build quality is. Hey, Mike, you get that one? Verdict, isn't it? It's built well. They're using titanium screws, try and save some weight, but there's no weight to be reduced out of it, really. Not from the front, which is where the problem is. The weight's at the back, and if you reduce more at the back, then you're only adding further problems with the weight distribution on this mouse. You okay today, Mike? You can do any mods in the future? People request it, I will, sure. There's a massive demand for it, but I need to get back into my 3D printing, but I've been saying that for the last 5 years, I reckon now. I'm trying not to do is ping the spring. Have you seen the new Rappo VT3S Air? Nope, I've not seen that one. So. Oh, 7 years. It was 7 years. We did 3D printing maybe in 2019. Can't remember now. How goes the teardown? We just finished it. We're putting it back together. It's the tear up now. We're going to add some weight to it, which is quite funny. Normally we take weight out, but there's no weight to take out, and the distribution of this is a problem. Well, this is interesting. Try this back in. Ever done something wrong when pulling a piece of it explodes? Nah, nothing explodes on these mice. People will cry about the batteries and stuff, but it's not a problem. We did break a Superlight 2 when they were first out, and no one could buy them. Was it Superlight 1? Might be Superlight 1 actually. Hey, Evermore, you okay? Has it been a hassle? It's just trying to get the switch back in. It was in before, but there's this extra cable. I can't remember if this goes under it or over it. I think it slits. This bit slits into here, but I can't remember. Yeah, it does. There you go. There you go. You don't put the spring in, you don't get the rebound, which is why spring, which is why we keep saying they feel a little bit weird because it's not a true switch. When you're done with this, what's the difference? It'll be heavier, but it'll be balanced. And there lies the key. So maybe 3 grams heavier. So it'll be a 65 gram mouse, which is not the end of the world. But it needs it because all the weight's at the front. So I would say you could take some weight out of it. You could trim out all this here. It's probably 7 grams here. Taking out some of the base. They've already trained out as much as they can out the front. You can see Logitech trying to recover themselves. Doing some of the designs we did. Nothing can take out the front of it, which is one of the problems you've got. It's all coming out the rear. Even if you trim the shell, you're taking the rear out. You can drill it. All the drilling's coming at the back. There might be a couple of holes there. So you're always making it even heavier at the front in terms of distribution. Weighted mouse better for FPS? Weight's up to you. I think there's a difference. Like when I first started this, mice were like 100 grams, 150 grams, whatever they were back in the day. I reduced them because it was easier to flick, and it definitely made a difference. And then they got to like 60 around there, something like that. And then it really became negligible, I think, personally. But like it became more twitchy to snipe because there's no weight in it. And your mouse picked up more of your hand movements, which you see. But it's preference. It's all personal preference. Some people still like heavy mice. Soup's being one. You're still using a 150 gram brick. Just depends what you want. How did you get the SuperStrike? It sold out everywhere. I just pre-ordered it from Logitech. Turned up. Pretty sure Logitech don't want me to look at it. I'll show you exactly how it's built. Could have shown me some love and sent me one, but they didn't. I thought about replacing the spring with stiffer ones, same dimension, non-magnetic. You could change the spring in it if you want to change the feel of it, but I don't know. I mean, the thing about it is you can the way the magnets work, it does kind of feel a bit more clicky the more the more you expand it and stuff. But it almost feels like it's click, but it's not. It's almost like a let go of the magnet, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? Only 119 grams. Ah, sorry, mate. Yeah, it's a bit light that. Okay. Feather, 119 grams. Like I don't find the rebound a problem on this. I find that the problem with this is the feel of it, if that makes sense. Like, I don't know, titanium screws are a problem, not magnetic. The feel of it feels weird. Oh, they all love me taking apart the mice. Some of them won't send them to me because we show the designs. We showed some of the faults, or they hate it. Cutting them up. Vax is funny. Vax is quite funny. They hate me for cutting up mice. Not they hate me for sending them. They just don't like me chopping up mice. Quite funny. I'm showing them what they can and can't do. Do you know what I mean? Save them some R&D. Logitech must have saved a couple of million in R&D just watching my videos. Tell you that, straight off the bat. Where you've got the one CAD designer pretending he's doing all these designs. Oh, look at this design I've got today. Didn't watch Beardedbob, sure, though. But this could be the revolution where we see mice going back to being heavier. To help with the weight distribution. Is this a new Logitech mouse? Yes, it is. I barely feel it. I bet you like that. Soup's got like a massive wrist and then one skinny one because of your G50X, G502X. It's nice to see Logitech actually doing something a bit different though. So I'm not beating them up too much. Just moving on, like the innovation in mice has died off, which is why you see me not do any mice for a bit and playing more Valorant and messing around in life. Because the mice innovation just dropped off the radar. Everyone's just cloning everyone. But they're still doing that now, really. They'll all have these same switches in the next few months. Ta-da! We've got the latest switch. It's the fastest in the market. It's the best in the world. Yeah, it's a Hall effect magnet one. Oh, okay, nice one. Yeah, okay. Sweet. In fairness to Razer, they were one of the first ones to bring out the Optomech. The Optomech of mush. So... I have a 60-gram grip strength. I bet you do. But this just confirms why I stopped. I'm not going to put the magnets in the back of this power because I can't be bothered because they're awkward. So we're going to leave them out for the power play. Oh, you put the power switch in. I've reduced it a bit. I'll put the power switch on. Kind of mid-weight. And the fact Logitech's changed their screw for this mouse is quite interesting. That's one of the interesting design bits. They've changed it to make it titanium to try and save some weight because of the front. Just lighter and fatter switches I've seen in the Dev 4. They've changed the, yeah, they've made them lower, like a lower profile side switch is what Razer's gone for their Gen 4 Optomechs, and they are not good. I don't know why they've changed the switch to make it smaller. Like, it's a bit unusual, but okay. The smaller the switch, the more like high pitched the click is as well. Yeah, like petty, but you know what I mean. That's what I feel. It feels like a really high pitched click. But you know, people that are bothered about how a mouse clicks to me are people that are very niche, and that's what this. Yeah, people sitting there watching me take this mouse apart and check out what it is and stuff is it's pretty niche. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think there's many people in the world going, "Oh, this switch is higher pitched." Or, do you know what I mean? Molly, Joshy, open up the skies. Like it is such a niche thing. Actually, I might put my magnet in. Let's put it back together properly. Here's a trick for you. Put your puck back down because these magnets won't fly everywhere. These magnets are 1.5 grams in weight, right? But like I say, I'm not trying to. Oh, these are such a pain in the ass. Let's see why I didn't bother. But the idea here isn't to try and make it lighter, it's to try and balance it, and that's putting the weight back in the back. If we take out this, we're just gonna have to add it back anyway. So, opinions on the Logitech 951 keyboard? I'd only ever go Wooting. There's a few other good ones, like Pulsar. Pulsar, I've got a nice Hall effect one. Drunk Deer, I've got a nice Hall effect one. But Wooting software is by far superior. And that to me is everything with a keyboard. When everyone's using the same tech. Whoa. Do you know what I'm saying? Like Logitech's, I've never really been a fan of Logitech keyboards. I used to use a lot of Razer's ones. Oh man, this is such a nightmare. Get in there. Connector 1.5mm. It's the same standard battery connector as everyone else. We got the 1.5. Always the same evermore. It's all the same stuff. Anything that's different switches. I reckon the shells are interchangeable for sure. Do you know how to cut on a CPU? I mean, you could check the thermal paste. It's probably one of the problems you've got. All your fans clogged. Check the connectors on top. Depending on what you're using. We're using an AO cooler or something. You just find it's got dust or something in the fans. Maybe it's got a rad, because the rad's pushed like cat hair and stuff into the back of them as well. What are you saying, Super? My new motherboard is lovely. New board is lovely. It's old now, that one. Vintage you've got there now. I can see everyone going out now and buying these, building these, like trying to lightweight reduce this mouse and then going, oh, it feels so weird now though. Yeah, that's why we didn't do it. Yeah, clock time film paste. About a year the film paste needs doing generally. DDR4. Well, you won't be buying DDR5 at the minute, mate. You might go bankrupt in the process of that. I actually don't know. I'm not actually sure which way around these go, you know. I'm just going to leave them out. Can it be asked? Actually, I better not do that because we can't take the puck off because it'll rattle. We need to remember that. Because it'll ping the magnets off and then I would put it back. I don't use it anymore. Because it's going to ping the magnets out and then I'll have even more problems. You remember you? Nope. Finally, this is what I was seeing. I was actually planning to use my muff mod kit on the Pro X2. Yeah, you should be able to do it. But you're just gonna, the more you make it lighter at the back, mate, the more the weight's gonna be a problem at the front. That's what the problem's gonna be. So we're not doing it because the weight distribution is the problem with this mouse, not its weight. Someone might come out with a slight. I mean, I don't even think you can even create a mod that'll make it better because the weight is the problem. There's 14 grams worth of switch weight, which is a lot of weight. I think a normal switch is like half a gram. These are like 6 grams or something. It's a lot. It's a lot of weight at the front. This is my new keyb. I found this last time. Shop's thingy sent me that last time. I'll copy this link. Carrot sent me a link last time, broke it for me. Whoa, where's the case going? What? Come on. Tea time. You won't be back soon. Do you have any failure points? Nope, no more than a normal Superlight. The switches will be even less point of failing, to be fair, because they're magnetic. But we'll never know because no one's ever used them yet. So we'll find out. Like, these are fresh out of the box. We haven't seen this design anywhere before. This is definitely a new design from Logi, so credit to him for that. Well, that we know of. An RK Royal Clunge, is that? S98 keyboard. Yeah, that's not bad. Liking the little screen on it. Not bad keyboard soups. Mechanical. Brimstone. Hey, what's up? Wooting is quite expensive. I heard the Attack Shark XHE is good. Ultim any good? As soon as you move away from Wooting, right, they are expensive, and there's no doubt of that, right? But as soon as you move away from, like, the software is a problem. And that is the problem. That, like, Drunk Day is a good copy. Good copy. Drunk Day is a good one, cheaper. Software was horrible. They may have improved it slightly. Pulsar, good mouse, again. Software is bad. Here's a Pulsar one. This is a Pulsar Hall Effect keyboard. It's a nice keyboard, I like it. I like the style of it. It feels nice. He did a Beardedbob thingy for me, which was pretty cool when he sent it to me. But the software wasn't great. I haven't seen anyone that's got a good software as Wooting. And when I'm trying to customize my Hall Effect keyboard, software is key for me. Do you know what I mean? Attack Shark, that'll just be a clone, so again, comes down to software. Did you weigh the haptic motors? Yep, they are heavy. 14 grams at the front, evermore. And that's what I was saying. That's why there's no point in taking the weight out of it, because all the weight coming out of it's at the back. And the haptic motors are a issue. Which which is why we're going to try and weight it differently at the back. Which is why we're not taking any weight out of it. If anything, we're going to put some weight at the back here, which is the plan, which is where I'm going to try and hide it. Dorito! Still says software's ass. Lamzoo's is okay, yeah. The mice ones have got slightly better in the earlier days. I think people remember it, but they're probably still in nappies at the time. But my software from Chinese companies was horrendous. Even the build quality was bad, but they've got way better now, the Chinese companies. And the software's getting slightly better. Like, they're getting better. They're getting, like, reasonably okay. But that's where companies skimp. You can buy the best mouse in the world. That's a good. Oh, this is a better mouse. These components, blah, blah, blah. These MCUs. Like, oh, yeah, great. This is brilliant. And then the software's ass. So, what's going on, Charlie? We're just taking apart. We just took apart a Superlight S2. Superlight, a SuperStrike. Can't get it right. Oh, get my bum. Come on, then. You hooked onto me now. You can't go around the leg like that. Come on, come through the hole. Come on. You can stand it now because there's a space for you to sit in there. What mods? We're adding weight to help the distribution of the weight on this mouse because its problem is weight distribution. You're the guy who plays Brim? I am indeed. But I'm known for mice. Hence you get your Superlight. It's basically because I designed it. Logitech took the design. Way heavier. Oh, way heavier than that. It's a lot. 14 grams of weight in the front is a lot of weight. Kitty Cat Camper is actually coming on now. You know. Really open software for my mouse. Yeah, let's say the mouse software is okay. So like, but we try and like configure your you mainly change the polling rate, and you might configure the left and right switch. That's probably it on a mouse. But when you're doing keyboard, you want remap keys. You want to change you know, rebound and all those kinds of stuff. And when you come to that, it doesn't actually have it because, oh my God, cat, right, chill. Come sit down. Don't need cat hair all over it even more. Come this way a little bit. But keyboard's a different story. Yeah, she's called Tripod. She got 3 legs. I have 5 cats though. Maybe they'll be willing to use HTS system, DeX. I think we'll see this technology in the DeX and the 2C. Hopefully they a Stratus too, so hopefully they will learn from what I'm showing them and tweak the weight a little bit and what people have feedback. It's not just me. People have said this feedback. It needs a bit more weight distribution. I can't actually do it. I'm trying to do it. I can't keep literally in the way. I'm going to play Valorant a bit though. I had some batteries for my caliber. God damn. The old faithful, but I actually haven't got it now, I just realised. This is what we're going to use to put the weight in. There we go. That's something again. Basically, blue tack is what we're going to use to change the weight. And I'm going to put about 2 grams in it. Can't you just glue the battery back further? Well, I mean, that's one of the things. That's why it's so far back. But where you're going to glue it, you could put it back here, but then you can't close it. So you can maybe tweak it slightly. But that's one of the things. You can try and mount it to the back here. You could cut this. Can't show you because I can't. You can cut off this mounting, this screw point. Okay, chill. You can cut this screw point off here, and then you can trim out all this plastic and mount it against this wall. But because it's not because it's flat and this is curved, it's sometimes a bit tricky to make it stick. And then you'd also have to take off, you'd also have to cut this, which is fine. But then as soon as you cut that, you're taking weight off it. So then you have to add even more weight to the back, so you can see how it fits. So to get the battery back, you're going to have to take this off, and that means you're losing 2 grams of weight, therefore you're kind of breaking it a bit more, do you know what I mean? It's one of the problems you're having. It's forever going to be a fight of trying to keep the mouse balanced with all the weight that's around it. 4 grams. Okay. Could hot glue it, but then same problem. You can't. You have to take out. You're basically moving the battery, but you're taking weight out of the base because the battery can't fit stock. If that makes sense. You see how heavy that was? So I thought we could see it. My cat's distracted me. We want to keep this down to the least amount of weight we can. And this is going to sit like where you said, basically. It's going to sit here. What do you think about the mouse? Is it worth buying? I like it for Valorant. I think it's got a weight distribution problem, hence we're just playing around here. Should I be putting my polling weight to 2K? I like it on 2K, but I won't say I've really noticed a difference before. 2K, 1K. I can't need to. You literally sat where I'm going to. I need to move. Excuse me. Excuse me. I'm going to cut you. It's all good. I just need to sit here so I can test something. Thanks. Can't see. See that there makes it feel slightly better straight away. Ow, stab myself with the knife. I'm just trying to work out the weight balance. It's close. Funny, there's an extra gram in the back. God damn it. How much is this? An extra 2 grams feels a little heavy. But try a gram. What can I do with new crown? I don't know what you mean. Like 1.1 grams is enough. That's close enough. Tripod, Joe. You can't sit there. I'm trying to do something. You can't. Get your bum out of the way. Touch your foot. Oh, touch your foot. Distracting me, kitty. Leaderboard crown. Still not sure what you mean, Josh. Not sure. Cheers, Thick65 to follow, so I missed that one. Apologies. And we have added weight to mice before, but not for my personal preference, that's for sure. Yeah, it feels better. It doesn't feel like it's as heavy at the front. Which it isn't, because it's got 4 grams in the back. Hey, test it. There you go, it's slightly further back. It makes it sort of, there's more here, it was here. My knees. It was here, that's where the problem is with the weight. Now it's sat back here. That feels like it's more neutral. Oh, TikTok lives. It's alright. I'll get a crown. I see. You have to. Right, get it now, Josh. You have to just like. You got a crown now, haven't you? Cheers, man. You already up there, brother. Appreciate the support, man. I think that's it. I'm just gonna add that weight to it. So we're gonna add a bit of weight to the back, which we've done, and now it's evened out the balance. Got a bit more, tie it back together, but you can see now it's better distribution now. The only way you can tell is by feel or by trying to line it up, but you can see it was here the weight. It was almost like that. Now it's like that. So now it's more central, but we've added 4 grams to it, so we'll weigh and see how much it is in a sec. But I think it's going to be about 65 grams, I would say. Dog, man. I could do 1 screw out the front, do you know what I mean? Not put that screw in it, but what's the point? Like, it's that insignificant, the weight on this. It won't make any difference. Not enough to care, if that makes sense. I better plug the cables in, that would be useful. Check out the new Strike. How's it feel? We took it, we're just taking it apart, we put it back together. I've been changing the weight distribution because it's one of the problems. Like, it's built like all the other Superlights we've taken apart and modded and stuff. Normally I'd weight reduce them and mod them, but there's no point. I mean, even the PCB, see about talking about weight, even the PCB here sat forward. If Logic could move it back a bit and take some of this weight off the front of this PCB, I don't understand why they've got it here. Maybe that port, but you could take all this side piece, all this back bit, and just move this PCB weight down the back here. Like even this bit, and put it here and make it more like around the back here, which you've seen on some mice. You've got to keep the USB port there, but like that would help it. Like they've done everything, but they're still pushing weight to the front. Like if you look at the design of it, you can see all the weight at the front. Like, they've done that for a while on the Superlights, but you could get away with it. Even with the weight mods, it wasn't as bad because there's not as much weight in the front. But these new haptic feedbacks have got a lot of weight in the front. One of the problems with SteelSeries, was it 700? We lot remember that. SteelSeries 700 had an LCD screen and some haptic feedback. Like, they did it before, different style there, but maybe they had an extra motor, I can't remember, but the weight on that was crazy. Do you know what I mean? Like, all the weight was at the front. It's almost like Logitech have forgotten to think, oh, what about the weight distribution on this? We'll make all these nice switches, but we're gonna go keep it at 60 grams regardless of how it feels. Like, weight's a preference about feel and the way things work. It's not always about making it the lightest it can, which I've tried to say to people. It's not always about how light, it's about personal preference. Some people probably don't even notice the weight distribution on this. I certainly do. Would it be a showstopper for me? Probably not, but I certainly prefer it being a bit more even. That's my preference, right? Like, you could put dot skates in the front instead of the big one. That'd certainly help it. But then you'd have to keep the bigger one on the back, so you're kind of evening out the weight of it. Don't put dots on the back because you need the extra weight. But then you've got like a different skate setup, or you've got dots, which I don't particularly like because they dig into a mouse pad. Like, you're struggling, right? Like, put titanium screws in, but then left the black ones at the bottom. Like, I don't understand why they went from titanium to magnetic screws. Like, it's weird. How you feel ROG Harp 2 Ace? I haven't tried the ROG one, but I like the Lamzy Myrex. It's probably one of my mains. I don't have one main, I have multiple mains. Are you playing today? Yep, about to play in a minute. I was just tweaking my mouse. People expect me to butcher this to pieces, but there's no real butchering. Do you recognise you? Nope. Are they all mice in the background on the wall? Yep. I've got 350 mice, maybe more now, I can't remember. Companies used to send them to me when I used to do a lot of weight stuff and work with them a bit, but I've kind of gone away from that because that market's kind of died. You playing Brim tonight? Bit of Brim, yep, for sure. Not even close to being all of them. Exactly, Soups. There's a video on YouTube, Soups. I need to find it actually, but there's one there that shows all my mice, and that was 2 years ago, and that basically took up a 4-meter island. So there's a lot. See, we didn't put this back in. Some little tabs and stuff, and a few little bits there. You see some of the stick and stuff, but it's not really going to do much. I just can't be asked to put them back in. That's where that screw's from. That one last screw's from that tab, but don't bother me really. What mods we've done, we've put the weight distribution as the mod on this one today. We have changed the way the weight is distributed, so we've added slightly more weight and we'll weigh it. I don't want to weigh it with all the bits. But we've taken, because it was quite front heavy, all the weight was here, it kind of tipped it. We've now put a bit of weight at the back, so it's counted it, so now it's like more even. But it's probably about 66 grams, that's what I'm going for. But to me, with these haptic switches, it's not about weight on this mouse, because haptic switches are heavy. Not bad, 64 grams, there you go. So a couple of extra grams, that's actually not too bad with that little tweak there to make it slightly lighter. I'll take that, 64, 65 grams. It was 62 to start, 61, so it's nice. Didn't know it was out yet to buy, yeah, it's been out a while. Normally we take weight out of mice, right? That's what I'm known for, like, as an example. Final mouse, taking that, sending me that one to see if we could make it lighter. And there you go, we chopped the back off, made a fingertip final mouse. I actually quite like that design if they brought it out, but they never did. Or G-Wolf sending me their design to the strawberry, see if we can save more weight on it. I mean, you can always go to the extremes, right? Here's one example, 21 grams, I think. This one, ironically, we put weight in it because the design we've always been trimming out. We've trimmed out so many Superlights and Logitech wireless and stuff, and that's what I'm known for, making these weight distributions. Logitech's now just put this into their design, so all the weight now is really, there's not much you can take out the front, it's all at the back, and at the bottom this mouse is balanced at the front. and therefore hence putting weight in the back to make it balance better is more beneficial in my opinion than taking weight out of it. But that's personal preference, right? Butcher Bob, that's right. People know who Butcher Bob is, but maybe they will one day. Only the OGs know. I guess now we play some Val. Cheers, Sharon, for the follow. Let's go, baby. You have a Razer Basilisk V3 and the wheel doesn't work. Makes a rough sound. Needs a new encoder. So you can get Razer to change it, or you could send it to me to fix. But it's got a bit of a bigger encoder on that one, I think. Can you call it honourable? What's up, Mr. Meteor, is it? Mice fear that name. They do indeed. Not bad, 64 grams. I don't hate it. 64 grams, way better weight distribution. I can tell already. It doesn't feel like it's pulling forward. Like it feels more balanced, which Logitech should have took into account when they put these massive weight in the front of the mouse. So, way to fix the Superlight 1 scroll wheel. You need a new encoder, which is one of these things. I need to change it out, which is an absolute nightmare. Solder mod. There's only a few people that can do it. A few people you might be able to find that can do it for you, or turn it back to Logitech. Right, so let's switch bases. Let me switch my other setup one sec. I'll change over. Be too sexy. You'll still see me. I've just got to change my position. My physical position. What's up, kitty? There's my cursor gone. Drag on stuff over 1 second. Another monitor. It's a bit you don't see about changing setups. No, the cam's not working. Interesting. 1 second. Why you not working? There's always something in this cell. Bear with me a second. I'll change camera. Senior moment. Bear with me while I bring my camera on because it's being silly. 2 secs. Let's change this. Let's change this camera 1 second. We're back. Oh, it's nicely oversaturated for some reason. What the hell? I see why I'm listening crazily. Probably change a few streams. I'll probably end YouTube and bring it back with a Valorant stream. So that's the end for YouTube. And tick. I shall return. I'll be playing Valorant, so I need to change a few things. But GG, I'll keep Twitch on. So I'll be back. GG on those platforms. I'll see you soon if you're not going to watch Val. Peace. Bye-bye.